call. I'm sitting here and thinking about going to breakfast. But I'm a little concerned. I had sent quite a few emails last night. I don't know exactly the total number, but it was in the thousands of them. I didn't get a response. So I'm kind of sitting here asking myself, well, what are you going to do now? And it's a problem. I was under attack last night, hacker attack. And it was somewhat nerve-wracking. I mean, the trauma of going through an attack from hackers. Tried to hack all my email accounts. My Yahoo accounts weren't working. My Outlook, my Hotmail, my Gmail accounts. I was under attack. And I got to thinking about it this morning, all the difficulty that I've been experiencing, and my rights not being enforced, my son's being kidnapped, and all these different forgeries. I have a protection order and a surrender weapons request where the signature of the county commissioner is not the same signature. It's not the county clerk. And I got to think about those collapsible corporations where they have to buy vehicles and they have to sign for them, but it's not the actual signature of the owner. It's a forgery. What do you do? It's a big problem today. Quite often it casts a cloud. That reminds me of a time I was living on Guam. Is that right? I'd been in a meeting with a man that was on the board of the Center for Micronesian Empowerment, a very reputable man in the community in Guam. Owned Advanced, just a second here. It was a cleaning company. He owned a cleaning company. I can see it, but his name was Monty. Well, I went to his office and we kind of did this type of interview where he was letting me know he was retired Navy, and he was the big wheel there on Guam. A lot of those in the top secret fish family, they get upset at an American citizen wanting his rights enforced or wanting his sons, wanting cyber laws enforced, and wanting the government to enforce the laws that guarantee me the right to my assets. Well, I was sitting there talking to Monty, and his office was kind of weird. The fire alarm kept beeping, but he was one of these that manages different facilities. He had a lot of Navy contracts. And I thought, well, if you can't fix your own fire alarm because it kept beeping all the time, beep, 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 letting you know that the battery was low. Advanced Management was the name. Monty McDowell. Now I remember him. Yes. Well, I'm sitting there talking to this man that's on the chairman of the board of the Center for Micronesian Empowerment, and I was employed as a symposium administrator. My job was to make aware of the opportunities of advertising for the symposium so as to raise support for the education of Micronesian men and women that were learning the trade so they could participate in the marine buildup. See, they're moving a good portion of Okinawa's marine base from Okinawa to Guam. And there was a lot of difficulty in getting the necessary approvals from the Guamanian government, and then the Guamanian, they called them Guamanian soldiers. The brown was their color, and pooch. They had a lot of snakes, I tell you that. They upset me a couple times. See, the brown snake's a big problem on Guam. And I said, well, you can go out there and catch yourself 50,000 brown snakes, put them in barrels, and take a chainsaw and cut them up and turn them into brown blood. I gotta talk to you about that. Guamanian Roman soldiers were giving me some problems quite a few different times. So I'm sitting there talking to Monty McDowell in his office at Advanced Management, the facilities management and cleaning company for a large number of Navy bases. And he starts giving me the look like, listen, you're going to do what I say. And I'm like, well, don't ever look at me like that. Okay. Well, I was trying to move my family to a home. We were living at the Mooning Plaza at the time. And I let Monty know that Guam might be a small island territory, but he was acting like one of these big-wig mafiosos. Now, Monty didn't know that I had actually been employed in the synagogue of Satan. And I know these that worship the devil, okay? You know, I had worked for a firm in Chicago called Horowitz and Associates, and I called them mid-level management of the Synagogue of Satan. They thought that they were upper-level management, but no, they were mid-level management.